Hey guys, welcome to Living in New Hampshire. My name's Cody and I'm a local real estate agent with eXp. In today's video, we're going to be covering the things to know before moving to New Hampshire. Being a lifelong resident of New Hampshire has allowed me to experience everything the state has to offer. In this video, I'm going to provide local insight for anybody that's considering New Hampshire as a new place to call home. First, we'll start the list with the most obvious one, and that's taxes. It's widely known that New Hampshire has no sales or state income tax. However, because of that, the state has to make up for it in other ways, leading us to property taxes, which as a whole, the state has an average rate of 2.05%, equating to a median annual payment of $5,768, based on an assessed home value of $250,000. This is definitely a major factor to consider when searching for a home that fits within your budget, which is a good segue into the type of jobs you'll find throughout the Granite State. New Hampshire ranks among the lowest in the country with a minimum wage of $7.25 per hour. However, across the state, the median household income is $74,991 per year. While there may not be a lack of high-paying jobs, the location is going to be a big factor. As you'd expect, the amount of employment opportunities increases in and around the large cities. Those include Concord, Nashua, Manchester, and Boston. Next is the housing market, which may be a pro or a con depending on the state that you currently live in. As of 2021, the median home price across the state is $330,976, which will vary greatly depending on the county. Home prices within southern New Hampshire and towards the seacoast will be significantly higher than homes further north into Carroll, Grafton, or Coos County. If you have children, another thing to consider when choosing an area to live is the school district. As a whole, New Hampshire schools rank highly when compared to other states with a similar population. Fortunately, many of the top school districts are spread out through the entire state. That gives you the ability to live in more affordable areas while being close to quality schools. Now that we've touched on a few of the most important considerations when relocating, let's not forget safety. New Hampshire continually ranks as one of the safest states in the country, right behind Vermont and Maine. According to the data, the state ranked well below the national average when it comes to violent and property crimes. Now, there are trade-offs when comparing New Hampshire to larger, more populated cities. While New Hampshire's public transportation system is almost non-existent, the traffic within the towns and cities is extremely moderate. If the big city life is your thing, then New Hampshire might not be the place for you. That's also the case when it comes to nightlife. As a whole, New Hampshire isn't winning any awards, especially in towns located far north. If bars and restaurants are important, then you may want to consider Manchester, Portsmouth, or Nashua. If money isn't a large consideration, then living closer to Boston will offer the most lively atmosphere. While housing and employment are important, another thing to consider is the amount of recreational activities an area has to offer. Luckily, New Hampshire offers it all, from world-class beaches to stunning mountain hikes. New England is a nature lover's paradise, not to mention it's only a short drive to Maine and Vermont, two of the most highly rated states in the US. If you prefer the city life, then you'll love the close proximity to near metropolises including Boston and New York. Even though New Hampshire is one of 24 states without a pro sports team, the amount of passionate sports fans in the neighboring state of Massachusetts makes up for it. Plus, you can drive from Manchester to Fenway Park in just 55 minutes. While home prices in the northern region of New Hampshire may be attractive, their proximity to major employers and attractions is a potential downside unless you prefer a rural lifestyle. The majority of the state's population is located within the lower 8 counties. Another thing to consider is the state's above average opioid problem. The lack of treatment funding, rural contacts, and high prescription prices are all contributing factors. Based on the data, the areas most affected tend to be the larger, more populated cities. I've saved the most crucial consideration for last, and that's the weather. While the idea of having 4 seasons may sound appealing, it also turns many people away from the state. It's one thing to visit during the summer or fall and assume the weather remains that way year-round. However, the true test is whether you can deal with months of cold, dark days. Not to say that the sun never comes out during the winter, but for the most part, it remains chilly and bleak. If you're not into winter sports, then this may be too much to handle, especially when you factor in New Hampshire's average average annual snowfall of 68 inches. While bugs may seem a bit dramatic, they're definitely something to consider. During the summer, mosquitoes can be extremely bad during the evenings. It's also very important to check yourself and your pets for ticks when going into any wooded area. A large majority of ticks carry Lyme disease, and that's not something to take lightly. And that wraps up the video, guys, of what to know before moving to New Hampshire. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe down below. And as always, if you're thinking about moving to New Hampshire or you just have any questions, I'll leave my contact info in the description below. Thanks for watching.